All right, shalom, shalom. Peace, Israel. It's Brother Yaquab from the Camp Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do indeed teach and well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Today's lesson, I want to touch up on something we were just kind of going into earlier. All right. It's about to be a lot of race wars, riots, okay, a lot of death, destruction coming to America. Okay, you don't want to be caught up in it. Okay, because as the scripture said in the second Ezra, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right, who dwells in the world? All right, these two-thirds, these heathens. You know, and the Lord is sending judgment out. Okay, the Lord is sending judgment out on you two-thirds and you heathens, and it's starting at those who know they're Israelites first. Okay, and we're coming into that time of persecution, which we're already in that time. They got alligator Alcatraz. Or you see what's going on in California right now. Okay, ICE troops everywhere. Trump giving ICE, $100 million to fund that ICE operation. Okay, so we're in that time of great persecution, man. And we're in that time of where you need to bunker down and seek Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai before things get too serious, man. Things get deadly out here. Because you don't want to be caught out there. You don't want to be left out there. Okay, in verse 15 it says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another." Right? You're going to have people fighting against one another, man. Okay, and this is when, America gets EMP'd. There's no food in the stores. All this, when there's a whole bunch of anarchy and chaos out here, you're going to have people fighting against one another, killing each other, raping one another. All right? Men going to be getting raped. Women going to be getting raped. Children. All right? It's going to get that serious out here. You're going to have people getting dragged from trucks by these Edomites, man. Okay, so you want to bunker down and seek and serve Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. You don't want to be caught out there and left out there. It says, and swords in their hands, right? You're going to have a lot of people out here with the modern day sword, which is what? The gun. People are going to be robbing each other. All right, people are going to be trying to break into other people's houses because you're going to have something that somebody won't. All right, you'll have a lot of people, when they go shopping, they have their garage open. They got the trunk all the way open. They let the whole neighborhood see them bringing in 5, 6, 7 cases of water, hella grocery bags. And that day, you ain't going to want your neighbor to see you doing that, man. Your neighbor's probably planning. Okay, they going to come in your house. They going to take what you got. Okay, they might just take you as well. Okay, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another." Right, people are going to be invading one another. Let me grab that as well. Okay. To invade, enter in a hostile manner. Okay, it says to enter violently. Right, people are going to be invading one another. They're going to be entering violently in one another's houses, one another's establishment. All right, people are going to be violently entering and breaking, as they say now. Okay, it says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their action shall stand in their power." Right, these people aren't going to be worried about the government. They're not going to be worried about the police. They're not going to be worried about someone stopping them. I forgot what movie it was. It was maybe The Purge or one of those movies. But people were in a store, looting a store, and this guy was taking things for his child, I believe. He saw a police officer and he immediately dropped everything. But the police went right past him and went to picking up stuff for himself too. You see, you got a lot of these law enforcement officers, and they're regular humans, man. Regular people with a regular 9 to 5. They just have a badge, man. A slave catcher badge now is what we call it. Okay. And in that time, the 911 is gonna go straight to dial tone. You're gonna have all these different places, like the ambulance, paramedics, all these different things are gonna be cut out. Okay, a lot of people are gonna be killing themselves and killing themselves and others. Hey, but the only people that's gonna be surviving and standing is the prophets. I mean, the men of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right, 1,000 at that left, 10,000 at that right, but it shall not come nigh thee. Okay, we gotta remember the scriptures in that time, because that's what's gonna be our stability. Okay, that's what's gonna keep us a sound, smooth, calm mind. Brothers gonna be just trusting in the Spirit, and you're gonna be in life and death situations. All right, because we're coming into a time like never before. Brothers the elect are gonna be in life or death situations. Okay, but it's that faith and that belief in Yahweh Shai, all right, to get us out of it. That faith that, hey, the Lord is going to have me face death and deliver me from it to boost my faith, you know. And others going to see it as well. And that's how others are going to believe too on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because the blessing that the Lord bestow upon his men. Okay, so you got to understand it's a bigger picture. Okay, it's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's not just about you. Alright, it's about, you know, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh what Yahweh Shai? Getting the Lord's name established in the earth. It says, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, right? So whatever someone has the power to do in that day, they're going to do it. They're going to execute it very well. Okay, and you don't want to be caught with these 2/3 of these niggas that's losing their minds. Alright, because they're going to turn and lose their mind on you. Okay? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You got all these, oh, just boom. Perfect example. Akon had his $6 billion city scrapped for a $1 billion, I think, resort or something like that, man. Okay, and that's going on here in America, Texas, the flash floods. Okay, a lot of people's houses getting destroyed, people's homes flowing down the flood. All right, and what do you know? They have intentions of building a smart city over that land that was hit with that flash flood. See, Esau got that heart machine where he manipulates the weather. Okay, so Esau is causing a lot of these things. This devil knows what he's doing. Okay, but see, the scripture, the Lord said, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. See, we understand this. We know what's going on. We understand what this devil is doing. Okay, and Esau is not catching us off guard. All right, it says, for because their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You're gonna have a lot of men afraid, especially your biggest bodybuilder, man. You got these competitions with the world's strongest men, and even all those men on there, I bet my top dollar, they gonna be acting like females in that day, man. With their hands on their loins, scared, screaming, probably louder than the women and children. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Nobody's gonna have pity upon one another, man. Okay, nobody's gonna feel sorry and sincere. All right, pity. And pity goes into compassion and kindness and generosity. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. No, man, hey, nobody's gonna have any generosity, no compassion or kindness towards you, man. It says a disposition to mercy. Nobody's gonna have mercy on you in that day. Okay, and that's going for these 2/3. Understand that judgment is coming. Hey, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord ain't playing, man. All right. And as I speak to your brothers and sisters, I speak to myself first and foremost. That the Lord ain't playing. The Lord is not a respecter of persons. We don't want to be found on the wrong side, you know, of judgment. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Right? People are gonna be running in people's houses with the modern day gun. All right, stealing food, taking whatever they want and what they can. It says because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right? For the lack of food and for great tribulation, man. All right, it's gonna be a time like never before. Okay, a time that people aren't even expecting. Okay, and then you have in 2nd Ezra chapter 16 in verse 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Right, and even with all these things going on, all right, the food is still is fairly kind of cheap. You know, Jake can still kind of you know, survive. You know, pay their bills, still get gas, go grocery shopping, do all the, you know, the common things that Jake would do. You know, but pretty soon it says they should think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Right, evils are growing upon the earth while you people are comfortable in your houses, while you're comfortable thinking that, hey, you know, my bills are paid, while you're comfortably waiting for that NFL season to start. Okay, but evils are growing upon the earth: death, robbery, destruction, famine. You know, all these things are growing, and you don't want to be caught up in it. It says sword, famine, and great confusion. Right, and a lot of people are confused because I see a lot of reviews also as well about this alligator Alcatraz. People are just saying, oh, it's just a holding place for the immigrants to get deported. No, man. Once you go in there, there's no escaping. Why would a detention center have 15-foot gators outside on all four corners surrounding it? Also have a wall and have security guards there, man. Okay? And if the gators are sitting there, you know somebody's not feeding them. All right? You know, or however they're doing it. But those gators are going to be hungry. And it's going to take that one silly nigga to try to escape. And now you catching judgment. See, the Lord got a spirit of vengeance out here that's going to be putting these animals. Okay? we got to understand that, hey, when the Lord set judgment to be done, it's going to be done. It's going to accomplish what it was made to accomplish. And you can't stop that, man. Okay, you can't stop the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, and then that was the point right there on that. You know, so brothers, it's bunker down and seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, seek the Lord because the time is short. Okay, and as we see, Esau is moving and the Lord is moving as well. Alright, and you don't want to be caught up in this destruction that's coming down on this place, man. You want to be found worthy to escape these things that's coming. You know, so Yahweh Ratazah, the lesson was truly edifying. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chaha Kodash. Again, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, who do indeed teach you well. And peace salutations to the hopeful, let's get abroad. The next time I do say shalom and a Bible ball soon.